Salutations. Let's dive right in, shall we? So we've already looked at how we might respond mentally and physically to a traffic jam, a common stressor. A traffic jam represents one of two types of stressful experiences. While a traffic jam is stressful, you will probably recover pretty quickly once you get out of the traffic jam. In other types of situations, however, stress may be long-lasting. We will talk about these two types of stress, define them, and then look at examples. So the two general types of stress that people experience are acute and chronic stress. Let's look at acute stress first. Acute stress is sudden, occasional, and brief. You typically experience a sharp spike in your body's reactions, but the experience of it does not stay with you for long, or the stressor itself goes away quickly. A traffic jam is an example of an acute stress. The second type of stress, chronic stress, is the kind of stress you might not notice until you hit a physical, emotion, or psychological tipping point or threshold that builds up over time. For example, a stressful job, work environment, or long-term illness are often associated with chronic stress. Acute stress and chronic stress, neither one is particularly healthy for our minds or bodies. Fortunately, there are ways to mitigate, avoid, or diminish the effects of acute and chronic stress, just as you experience with the breathing exercise after the traffic jam visualization. Let's look at some other approaches to managing stress. I'd like to build on the two types of stress we've already discussed, chronic and acute. And let's look at two general approaches to coping with stressful situations, reactive and proactive. But before we do, please take out your activity sheet number 4A to take notes. The proactive and reactive approaches to managing stress. The first is the proactive approach. This is the preemptive attempt to avoid or minimize the potential for stress. You are getting out ahead of a stress. Proactive methods involve modifying your behavior or mindset before the stressful situation has occurred. With proactive approaches, you're preparing yourself to handle a stressful situation that's sent your way. There are healthy ways to respond proactively. One example of a healthy proactive approach is to make a daily habit of yoga, meditation, mindfulness, or breathing. These methods help people handle stressful situations with a greater sense of calm and control, thereby reducing the physiological response to stress. The other approach to managing stress is reactive. This is an in-the-moment response to a stressful situation. Reactive methods involve changing your behavior or mindset after the initial stress has occurred. You take action in a reaction to experiencing stress. Let me say that again. You take action in reaction to the stress you are experiencing. When you respond in a healthy reactive way, you minimize the effects of stress. For example, if you're stuck in that traffic jam, you know that breathing deeply can help you calm your nerves. When you respond in an unhealthy reactive way, you may feel as though you have minimized the stress, but you may be causing other problems. For example, having a couple of drinks at the bar after sitting through the traffic jam. It might calm your nerves, but if you drink too much, it will be a dangerous problem for you if you get behind the wheel, or may lead you to another habit of handling stress with alcohol. Unhealthy reactive responses tend to lead to other problems in the short or long term. Ideally, you want to practice healthy, proactive, and reactive approaches. Think back to the traffic jam visualization, which is an example of acute stress. How can you handle that situation proactively? What could you have done before getting caught in the traffic? Could you avoid the traffic jam altogether to minimize the stress of it? Here are a few examples of possible answers. Maybe plan and prepare in advance. Have a backup plan. Practice relaxation techniques before leaving. Have a podcast ready on your phone. How could you handle that situation reactively? In addition to breathing deeply, what can you have done to minimize your stress level? Here are a couple of examples of reactive responses. Find a new perspective, mindset, or a new way of seeing the situation. Or focus on the positive or what is working. Turn on relaxing music. Give yourself a shoulder massage. think peaceful thoughts, or practice another relaxation technique. We've looked at several proactive and reactive techniques for managing stress in both acute and chronic situations. Now it's time to bring this knowledge a little closer to home and see how you want to control and manage the stress in your life. Take your time, and when you're ready, I'll see you in the next lesson.